Hello, everyone. It's Candace Presley here, and I am so enthusiastic and excited to have a special guest with me today. So, March is Women's History Month. So, I find it necessary to, acknowledge and take a moment and just talk to some special women in my life, one of which is the Honorable Councilwoman Sharon Vaughn. So, hey,
Hello.
Vaughn, how are you?
I'm good, sis, and you?
Great, great. So, thank you for spending a few minutes with me here today. I just wanted to take a few minutes of your time to just chat with you a little bit and get a little bit of your background. And so, why don't you tell me about what sparked your interest in politics?
The first black mayor of the city of Philadelphia, W. Wilson Good Sr., sparked my interest. I was a staff member at the University of Pennsylvania, and his wife was the administrator for the dean of the school. And it excited me to see that he would be the first. And
Mm-hmm.
that started me by getting involved and volunteering and just getting to know a little bit about him. And it sparked me into a 30 some year career. I just fell in love with politics. I love the fact that we are the pulse of the city and we are usually the first in the know and all the other things that go with being in politics. So
Yes.
that is how I started um, loving this job and loving being in City Hall. As you know, I've been here about 34 years now,
Wow.
and it is definitely the place where things happen. Not
Mhm.
many people understand how much politics affects their day to day lives.
Mhm.
The taxes we pay, the amount of a property in the city of Philadelphia, Kansas,
Mhm.
the um, the fees that go with transferring properties,
Yes.
um, the cost of just doing business here. There are
Mhm.
taxes that we have that affect people coming to our city. So
Mhm.
we just need to always pay attention to what's happening in politics because you never know how it will affect you.
Definitely, definitely. And I have enjoyed seeing your journey firsthand. And I think that, as we as women, progress in our careers, it's so important for, our children to see, what we're doing and, seeing you recently, take your role and seeing your grandchildren and your children right there. I mean, they're going
Yes,
to take that with them forever,
yes,
and
yes.
my son, sometimes I don't realize that he's watching, but he is. He's
And
paying close.
absorbing.
Yes.
Yes,
Paying
definitely.
close
Colin is a bright young man that is definitely paying attention to his mommy do her job and
attention.
helping where he can. I've watched him often
Yes.
try to assist you and just be the little man in your life.
Yes.
I admire the work that you do with him, the exposure of the different activities that you get him involved in is just amazing. It's from music to sports. And the fact that he's a world traveler is impressive. You know, a lot of people don't leave their neighborhoods.
That's true.
And so I tip my hat to you as being a phenomenal woman and a great mother who is willing to not leave the child at home. It took one trip for me without my child to say, I can't describe the beauty or the culture to her. I have to bring her along. And
Yes.
then that went on to my son when he
Mhm.
came on later on in my life, and just taking him on as many vacations and making sure that I exposed him to the world. And he took it and went a whole nother level with it. As you know, he
Yes.
beat me to Europe, so that's still on my bucket list. But uh, it's important that we, no matter what obstacles we have to endure, that we remember who we are and how important we are to the youth in our lives, to the children that are watching us, and making sure that they understand that a lot of what we do is to make the world a better place for them.
Yes, absolutely. So that's a great segue to one of my other questions. So what kind of advice or, kind of things would you give to a young person that's looking to get into politics?
Listen, be honest to who you are and don't listen to the naysayers.
Mm,
There's a lot of people that have the assumption or often criticize politicians because all they want to do is get caught up in the sensationalizing that we often get from people that may get in trouble.
mhm.
Don't forget we're human. And we make mistakes too. Yes, we hold these jobs, and they definitely have a lot of responsibility attached to them, but we're still people. We're still making decisions based on what we think our constituents want. And there's always going to be someone that doesn't like the outcome of a decision that we make.
Right.
Uh, as you all know, no matter what profession you're in or what you do, there's going to be someone that doesn't like some aspect of a decision that you make. But stand on it, stick
Mhm.
to it, and pursue your dreams. Put on blinders. I tell folks sometimes when I have a project that I'm pursuing, that's all I can focus on. And I think that's part of the success with me is that I can zero in on something that I want to do and I think of nothing but that until I have accomplished it.
Yes.
It is definitely a career that's not for the timid at heart. You
Mhm.
have to be secure in who you are in what you believe because there are going to be people that talk about you, that say negative things, that lie on you,
Mhm. Mhm.
that put rumors out that you said things or did things that are not true. And that's because you're in the public's eye.
Mhm.
When you're in the public's eye, life is different for you. So make sure that you're going to be comfortable with any skeletons that you may have in your closet. And we
Yeah.
all have
Right.
some that we have caused, and some that are a result of our relatives, families, and friends.
Mhm.
And you just have to understand that your opponent or someone that wants to take your place will use any and everything to attack you if they think they can get an upper hand. Never
Yes.
let them see you sweat.
Okay. I like that. I like that. So, one last question.
Yeah.
Who is a woman that inspired you and why?
Well, once the way that I got here in City Hall many years ago, there was a woman named Augusta Clark. And when I tell you she was a spitfire, she was a woman that said what she meant what she said, and had a lot of little sayings that would just nip you in the bud. You know, she worked hard. Um, and she really cared about the community and the city that she represented.
Mhm.
She always tried to make sure that her people or the people of Philadelphia were heard.
Mhm.
I have an open door policy in my office as a result of her. She never shooed anyone away or said she would not see people no matter what the issue was. She made sure that everybody had a voice. And that
Mhm.
is so important in politics. You cannot just listen to those that you like. You have to listen to those that have a difference of opinion. You have to listen to those that may not like you.
Mhm.
And hopefully, as a result of an open, honest discussion, they'll begin to like you, or at least you can work together. That is the most important thing in political life. You have to learn to work with everyone.
Mhm.
And there are a lot of mean and hateful people in this world, as we all know.
Yes.
I'm waiting for one to go to jail now, who was our
Mm-mm.
former president. He is a mean guy, and I think he
Mhm.
needs to pay for his crimes. And I believe that we're going to get some justice
Yes.
in that particular case. And anyone, this is a privileged job. We get a
Yes.
lot of perks and incentives um, that are not afforded to a lot of people in careers.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to appreciate it and respect our responsibilities that come with the job. It's not easy and it's not a 9 to 5. As
No.
you know, oftentimes I am up at 7 or 8 because someone is calling me, or earlier if there's
Mm-hmm.
an election going on, and I work until the job is done. And if that is at midnight, then that's what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't make excuses for myself if I decide to take a day off and not answer my phone and just be in the moment with my family, because people are always reaching out to the helper. And I
Right.
believe that that is who I am. And so, of course, because they're in the middle of the situation, it's a priority for them.
Done.
But their priority is not always my priority.
That's
And
right.
so sometimes I have to take a break so that I could continue to serve, so that I could continue to help those that need me. Because if I get overwhelmed or frustrated, I will lash out and be angry, and I never want to do that to anyone.
Right.
So it's important that we always heal
Mm-hmm.
ourselves, because the other people's burdens can become very heavy on our shoulders.
Yes.
So we have to make sure to take time for ourselves. So Gussie was my main inspiration, but I have worked with many, many phenomenal women.
Okay.
And in Philadelphia right now, we have some dynamic women in charge. We have
Mm-hmm.
Rochelle Bilal as our sheriff. We have Blanche. Um, oh man, I'm having a seasoned moment. She's the warden of all, the commissioner of all the prisons.
Mm-hmm.
We have Danielle Outlaw as our
Police
police
commissioner.
commissioner.
Mm-hmm.
Catherine Gilmore Richardson is the council person at large, like myself.
Mm-hmm.
Ketsi Lazada is a seventh council medic district person that came in office with me. So the list goes on and on and on. And, we are in these jobs because we care and we want to make a difference. And people need to always think that first and foremost, that a lot of us could be doing something different. But
Right.
we decide to serve the city of Philadelphia in any capacity and to try to make a change and make it better.
Yes.
Make a difference before we leave office or before we, decide to take on another career. Sherelle Parker, who's running for mayor,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of dynamic women that have come along or that I have met in this journey that are doing excellent jobs and continue to try to serve Philadelphia.
Yes, yes. Well, that is great. So I've got some great takeaways from our chat just now. You know, don't listen to the naysayers, collaboration,
Yes.
and work-life balance, right?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Great, great.
Take the vacation and eat the chocolate cake, okay?
I know that's right. I know that's right. Well, I thank you again so
Thank
much
you,
for
Candace.
taking a few moments with me today. And
Yes,
everyone, make sure you follow me at Commercial Candice on Instagram and Facebook. And I'm just going to leave out with a quote from Michelle Obama. Don't be afraid, be focused, be determined, be hopeful, be empowered.
yes,
Right? Thank
yes,
you again,
definitely. And
Councilwoman.
when they go low, you go high. I
That's
love
right.
one of her quotes. And I can be followed on Facebook as Councilwoman Sharon Vaughn, as well as my other social media pages. They're all pretty much the same.
Awesome. Thank you
Thank
again.
you, Candace.
Bye.